Okay, this is the bit where I'm never sure if we're live or not. I'm going to check.
It says live.
Okay, let me just check my screen here. Hello, everyone. Is this working? There we go. Yeah, it is working. Yes. Okay, good. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. It's the first live I've done for a few months now. Ash Tyler, thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
Oh no, it's brilliant to have you back. We always have a good laugh, don't we?
Yeah, we did have a good laugh.
This is probably my favourite show with you. Actually, we just have such a well of a time. We've all got people. Emma, hi Emma May, hi Angela,
Hello.
hi Lauren. Yeah, I mean, so Ash, it's been a while, and I know you messaged to me and you said actually there's something that's quite important that you wanted to talk about, and because of the entity attachment, I've had a lot of conversations with Jerry Malzinski, and yeah, like my channel's basically going down this path for a while now.
Love that.
What did you really want to this? That was like a really burning desire to share, wasn't it? Like the entity stuff, no?
Yeah, I think you reached out. You reached out to me a while ago, to ask if I would come on and just speak about that side of my work, because that's mainly what I do. And then with the way that things are right now, energetically, things are very, very intense. Like, let me know in the comments if you're feeling things like the world just isn't bright right now. Who can all feel it? So yeah, just let me know.
I'm even going to type as well. Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, so it's just now the way. So that's a big part of my work. I basically clear entity attachments, implants, all forms of spiritual attack, false soul contracts, and I'll go into like each of these and what they are. But what I also want to do is give some people some tools that they can actually kind of clear these things and manage these things at home themselves, because quite honestly, everybody has energetic issues going on. Everyone has etheric implants as well, and these are all things that if you're aware of these things and you know what they are, then you can manage this a lot better. And when you start to clear your energy field of these things, it really does transform your life for the better. You can feel it. You feel yourself getting a lot lighter because of the kind of work that I do. I definitely have a target on my back. And I was saying to John, the past couple of months for me I've been through very, very intense rounds of spiritual attack myself. Recently, I got bit on the neck by a spider. I live in Scotland, like seriously, bit in the neck by a spider, ended up in hospital with the onset of sepsis. My husband got attacked by a dog. He ended up in hospital. My little dog started randomly having seizures. Just all of this, just dark energy being directed towards me. And people can go about their everyday lives, have all of these energetic things going on in their body, but they don't have a clue that that's what's going on with them, and they'll find themselves going round in circles in areas of their life with no idea that they have these things in their energy field. Generational curses is a big one that's coming up within the collective energy fields at the moment. Practically every person that I've seen for healing has had generational curses coming up. So if you are someone who is honestly on this path, if you're watching John's show, then you are someone who you're an old soul. Basically, that's just a term I use, but you're an old soul. You've got a strong connection to the creator of light. That means that you will be a cycle breaker soul. So the cycle breaker souls are basically souls who are born into a family line that has a lot of darkness going down the family line, and they're born into that family line in order to clear that. So they're the ones that are here to clear that. Now, generational curses, the way that they look in the energy field is they look like padlocks in the energy field, and they can keep you going round in circles. So for example, right, if you have money troubles, if you find yourself always going round in circles with your finances, you can never just get your head above water, and there's never anything changing, doesn't matter how much you try, then I could put money on it, you will have a financial and poverty generational curse showing up in your energy field. It blocks off your energy field from abundance. Other examples are self-destruction and addictions. If you've got addictions going around your family as well. So my family, I'm the cycle breaker in my family. Both sides of my family, maternal and paternal, has alcoholism running right through the family. I don't drink alcohol at all. I haven't drank alcohol in a long time. But it's literally like it's killed so many people in my family. So
that's just a Scottish thing, though, isn't it?
yeah, probably, to be fair, right? Like it's definitely like the culture in Scotland where they like to drink. I'm seen as being weird because I don't like whenever someone will say, "Do you want a drink?" and I'll be like, "No, I don't drink." Why are you an alcoholic? Like, no, I don't drink, right?
Wow, imagine that. Yeah. Why?
I'm like weird in Scotland because I don't drink, right? Another one is like emotional and psychological as well. This looks like a helmet that sits above the crown chakra. And that can give you, if you're someone who has, persistent negative thoughts, if you've got depression, anxiety, these kind of things, then that can definitely be linked to a generational curse as well. The good thing is, even having the awareness to clear these things, I do have like an ebook. Would you be able to give out like a document for people if I sent it to you?
Yeah, is it a PDF, a link?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
I can do that. Yeah.
So I'm going to, for anyone who's watching this, I'm going to give you guys, there's a session in this as well. It's one of my sessions, and it's a session for clearing generational curses, right? So it guides you towards clearing these generational curses yourself. So it's got an ebook, and in the ebook it's a list of all of the different generational curses, the symptoms, the causes of that. So I'll send that to John, and John, you can just link it for everyone. And honestly, I highly recommend that you do this session because these are massively coming up for people right now. So I'm just going to have a look at the comments. Rather have a soft drink over alcohol any day. Totally right. So I'm going to talk a bit about entities. So
how do we know that we are being spiritually attacked, would you say, even before yeah, that's what I would like to know. Because you mentioned about being bitten by a spider. You're talking about a real spider, aren't you, or not?
Oh yeah, like a real spider.
Okay, so you're saying it's not like all in the invisible, all in the energetic. You're actually saying that it can manifest in physical reality, into like attack. It can even manifest in a person, can it? And that person can like get. All right.
Yes. Oh, wow. So this is the thing. So I would probably say that if I was to estimate, maybe 75% of people in this world are NPCs. So, the non-player characters, right? You can really see these people, especially when you're out driving and they're just soulless beings, right? And you can see the soulless eyes. So basically these people are used as vessels, right? So they are completely controlled by dark forces. So throughout your life, you will have these NPC vessels come into your life at some point, and they are used as weapons basically to attack. So the attacks can come from spirit themselves, or they can come through the physical as well. And that can even come from co-workers, family members, even smear campaigns is like a spiritual attack. There's always both physical, spiritual, energetic overlays to what's going on there. But I'd probably say the main kind of symptoms of spiritual attack would be persistent negative thoughts, feeling tired and drained, bad luck as well. So if you are finding that just nothing's ever quite going your way, honestly going round in circles in areas of your life, if there's any area in your life, whether that be love, financial, whatever, if there's any areas where you're going round in circles in your life, then I can guarantee there's an energetic issue that's going on there that's blocking in that in some way, whether it's something like a generational curse or whether it is a form of spiritual attack. It could be either or. But if there's any, if you're going round in circles, there's something going on energetic.
Really? Is it not a case of just that person hasn't got their shit together?
No, it's not, because not if you're actively on a path towards healing and everything as well, right? Like, so if you're actively on a path towards healing, towards, self-discovery, towards, really building your awareness, and you're still going round in circles, then no, there's definitely something.
Yeah.
going on.
I feel that a little bit, like I'm putting so much energy in, and I've got a clear vision, but then I keep looping back to like snakes and ladders, you know. You just you hit a snake and you just come down to where you were a little bit. You know what I mean? You like spend a lot of time climbing, and then suddenly you hit one snake and you're right back at the square one again. Yeah.
I'll do a clearing for you and just
Amazing.
see I'll do a clearing for you and see what's going on. But there will be there will be some form of like an energetic block going on. Like I get them as well at times.
Yeah.
I'm not invincible from these things. I had to seek help recently as well when I was going through all that and just get a different, like another perspective on things, right? So I'm definitely not immune to these things happening. These things happen a lot. Other signs and symptoms of spiritual attack would be, so dreams is a big indicator as well. So if you are having any kind of nightmares or intimacy dreams, I don't know what words you can say on here, but
succubus,
yeah, kind of thing. Intimacy.
I like those dreams though; they're my favorite.
Oh well, good luck with that. You'll be like a buffet for dark forces then. They'll be feeding off of you.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely dreams is a big indicator. Waking up with marks on your body as well. So if you get scratches, bruises on your body, these are symptoms.
Really? What, like it's like Freddy Krueger, you just wake up and it's from the dream.
Yeah, it can happen during the night as well. So gosh, I've got a picture of myself and I woke up and I had big claw marks all down my arms. I see clients who come to me with honestly like really bad big claw marks down their back and everything like that from spiritual. Depends on the severity of the attack. Other symptoms would be seeing shadow figures as well. If you're seeing shadow figures out the corner of your eye, if you're getting people being angry towards you all the time as well, people trying to start arguments with you, like chaos in your life, these kind of things. Headaches is another one. So headaches, if you are getting like migraines all the time, really sore heads, then that's definitely an indicator. For women, menstrual issues as well, there can be something going on in the kind of womb area as well. If women are having menstrual issues, I've had women who have had fertility problems as well. There can be spiritual reasons for that. I've had women come to me who have had so many fertility issues, and then I've done a clearing for them, and they've then went on to have children, right? I've had women who have not had a period for like a year or whatever, then they come and then I do a clearing and then the period comes, so even things like that can be an indicator. Bad health as well. So bad health, if your health is just all the time, you're always getting sick, things like that, that can be a symptom of spiritual attack. There's honestly so many out there as well.
Is it getting worse though? Like it feels like the floodgates are opening, and like is it like all these kind of goblins or energetic things are like coming in? Are they?
Yes. So I have my theory on why things are getting. So a few theories. There's multiple layers to why. So I would say. So I've been doing this work for 5 years, right? With the dark forces side of things. So removing these kind of things from people's energy fields. 5 years ago, I would probably get maybe, if we look at like demonic attachments, demonic possession, right? I would probably get demonic possession maybe like once a month. And then that's jumped to probably a few a week, right? And the past year, things got really a lot worse since the solar eclipse last year on the 8th of April, 2024. What I feel happened then was I feel CERN are opening a lot of things. So I've remote viewed CERN before. I believe that CERN are opening a lot of portals, like demonic portals, negative ET portals, down within the grid lines of the planet. So whenever I look into the grid lines of the planet, there's so many overlays on top of them now, so much AI interference, so much just inorganic energy, and so many portals are opened, and we're connected to the energy of the land. So then instead of the land purifying our energy like it's meant to, it's pouring all this, darker energy up there towards us, which isn't great. I believe CERN have got technology that are thinning the veil massively. They're messing with things that they shouldn't be messing with. But I also believe there's another side to that, and it is, we are in the midst of a great awakening. That is definitely happening. The consciousness levels of humanity are expanding, and dark forces have known about this for a long, long time, and they are trying everything and anything to stop that from happening. Even the likes of chemtrails, right? All the EMF radiation that's coming out right now.
Blocking the sun. Yeah,
it's
all
so
that.
bad. There's so many harmful frequencies coming out that are really, they are affecting us. There's no doubt about it, right? I believe that all of that is being orchestrated. All of these, wars and everything happening, all orchestrated to try and keep us locked into a lower level of consciousness. There's infiltration everywhere, massive infiltration in spirituality as well. We were kind of touching on that, weren't we, before?
Yeah.
On here, massive infiltration of spirituality as well. And it's all just designed to keep us locked into lower levels of consciousness, to stop us from expanding. So I believe that's why things are collectively getting worse. But on the positive side of that, I truly believe that seeing that things are getting, things are escalating so much is actually a positive thing, because if we weren't getting somewhere on an energetic level, they wouldn't be trying so hard.
Yeah,
right?
equal and opposite. Like as we're awakening, they have to put the equal and opposite amount of pressure to compensate for it, to keep us down, right? It's like a ball in water. To hold, you have to push it down, right? Because there's this big opening, expansive energy happening, right? There has to be an element of them trying to put the lid on us a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's a really good analogy. I like that one. So yeah, that's
I think I got that from David Icke, by the way. So I stole that metaphor from him. Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, it's very true. And so even though things are very chaotic just now, there's no denying that. I do see that as being evidential of the fact that actually we are getting somewhere, right? But it's there's a lot out there that are trying to mess with us for sure.
So what's happening then? So let's just say all the people watching this, me, you, right? Are we saying then that right now, in our energy field, there could be like a demon?
I would say, so the most common, we'll talk about entities, right? So let's talk about entities and what kinds they are. So when I get someone come to me and they've got an entity attachment, right, I'll grade it from 1 to 3. So 1 would be an earthbound entity. So an earthbound entity is like we say dark entity, but it's not really dark. An earthbound entity is essentially a trapped fragment of a soul that didn't cross over for some reason or another and becomes trapped here. So in order to kind of exist here, it has to feed off of our energy. Those are probably the most common ones you see. They're not, they cause a lot of problems in the energy field for sure, but they're not evil, right? Also at number 1 would be lower level astral entities as well. So lower level astral entities, harmful astral parasites, things like that in the energy field. Again, they just feed off of the energy. Harmful, but not evil either.
So when you say earthbound entities, you mean ghosts?
Yeah, that's what people would call ghosts. Yeah,
like people that have died, humans that have died, and okay, so we're talking ghosts. And then when you say like in the astral, this is also known as like the archons. No, is it archons? No.
Well, that's probably one term that people would use. I think there's loads of different kind of names, loads of different kind of astral entities in that as well. So probably maybe some people would call them that. 3, then number 2 then would be demonic. So number 2 is demonic. And number 3 is actually negative ET. So that's the likes of reptilian and greys. They're actually worse than demonics if they're attached to your energy field, because they are, I can get rid of them and everything, but they do a lot more damage to people's energy field than what demonic does, and they have more power than what demonics do. Demonics still kind of work in line with, I guess, universal laws, in that they're easier to the negative ETs are a lot more deceptive. Basically, they're a lot more deceptive, and they have a lot more technology and things like that as well at their hands.
Are they actually attaching to you then? You're saying like an ET? not. I mean, we're talking like what are they in what form? You're saying in their astral form they attach to you, or how does it work?
So they're interdimensional beings, essentially, right? So you say they can come through portals. So you'll have like, I'll see a demonic portal that goes down to like the underworld, right? But then you'll see an interdimensional portal, which is what these like negative ETs and everything would come through. So when I see them as they kind of shapeshift and everything like that as well. They're really, yeah, they'll come, they never show their true form. They'll always be shape-shifting. I would say they're more rare, right, as well. So they are more rare. Probably the most common ones that people tend to have attached to them is the number ones, which is the earthbound and the lower level astral. If someone has demonic or negative ET attached to them, then that person will soon know that something's seriously wrong. So then it goes into like possession with those. So possession, I grade 1 to 4. So 1 being, that's oppression. So people might have heard of demonic oppression. It can also come from negative ET oppression as well. Oppression is it's on the outside of your energy field. It's not actually through yet. So oppression is they will begin tormenting you constantly to try and gain access into your energy field. I've been through oppression before. It is not fun. They try to kind of look for ways that they can access your energy field. So they'll begin to like stalk you and follow you around. Stage 2 would be when it's attached on to your energy field. Then that person will start to experience like mental health issues, and what some people say like schizophrenia and things like that. I'm not saying all cases of schizophrenia, but I would honestly say that a large amount of people that are in, psychiatric hospitals, there's definitely some spiritual aspects and energetic aspects to what they're experiencing as well. Grade 3 is probably about a 75% takeover. A person can still be helped at that stage. And then your grade 4, that person's near death. So that I wouldn't be able to help someone at that stage. So, but I never have anyone who's, usually when I see people that have got possession, it's kind of like a grade 2.
Right. So if someone gets demonically possessed, right, and so this thing comes in to them, and then how much of them is them and how much of them is the thing that's possessing them? Is it like there's like 50-50, they're both in there together and it's a little bit of their personality coming out and the demon's personality, or is it like a complete displacement? And then where do they go at that point? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it depends on how much they're possessed as well. So if you think of like Jekyll and Hyde, right, and it's like that split personality. So 1 minute they could be themselves, and then the next minute, it's this demonic that's coming out. But they start to take control over the thoughts, and they really start to lead the person down a dark path as well. So I've done readings on like serial killers and things like that, and on TikTok, and a lot of the serial killers have been possessed, apart from some of the NPCs as well that are just put out there to cause fear. But there's some that have been fully possessed as well. And now I do feel that the person still has to take a level of responsibility as well, because they're still in there somewhere where they have some extent of free will, to allow themselves to be, led down that dark path. They're making choices essentially. However, the amount of kind of manipulation and control that's going on in their energy field, it's very, very difficult for someone to resist that as well. So I've always had people struggle to understand, but I've always had like empathy for, like a serial killer or something like that. People be like, how can you have empathy for that? But I'm like, well, it's like when you look at the levels of control in the energy field and things like that, it is very hard for people to resist that. Those are rare. Those are more rare, these kind of things. But your level 1 attachments are quite common, your entities.
So is it not the case then if they get properly full on like attached, demonically possessed, they would end up like going, like what?
Sometimes, I mean, that would probably be when it got to like a grade 4. I've never, as I said, I wouldn't even be able to help someone like that. So, I mean, sometimes people speak in different languages as well. Wow. They might start to say Latin and things like that. And that's definitely true. And they start to speak in a different voice. Their whole personality changes. A really good example of one who was possessed that people might know of was Chris Watts, who was the Colorado case who killed his pregnant wife, and his two children. Like, by all accounts, had been a really good dad, definitely had some narcissistic tendencies, but nothing too alarming. And then meets another woman who, that is a whole, when I looked into that, there was black magic placed upon him as well. This woman, I believe, just from what I've seen from my reading, was actually a member of a secret society and like sought him out. That's like a rabbit. That's a rabbit.
God, that's a rabbit hole, isn't it? Bloody hell.
Rabbit hole. So it's the OTO, which is the Ordis Templi Oriente, which was you know who that is, right? So apparently, she's a member of that, and then he ends up killing his wife and children. But he was, when I looked into his energy field, completely, like just take over there. So he was like a grade 3. I've not checked his energy recently. I wonder what it's like.
How do they attach then? Because this is what Heather's saying as well. Like, and also Dom's saying here, they can even come through iPads, phones, music, even people thinking bad thoughts about you, right?
Yeah.
So all of that, yeah.
It's a common myth that if you're high vibrational, nothing can touch you, right? That's actually not true. It's not just low vibrational people that they go for, or like alcoholics and things like that. So for example, I'm certainly not a low vibrational person, right? But I recently had so much going on in my energy field. So if you have even one thing in your energy field, right? So say you've got an inner child wound coming up to the surface, then that shows up as internal darkness in the energy field. We all have trauma. We all have wounds. Every single person, none of us are above that, right? We all have it. So that shows up as an internal darkness in the energy field. Then that causes like some gaps and tears in the energy field. And then all they need is that gap and tear to kind of start to come through. What they can sometimes do is like hook on to the energy field on the outside of the auric field as well, and try to kind of cause some gaps and tears through there, and then they can come through there. But that's like a kind of mainstream spirituality will say it can only happen to, like, if you're high vibration, nothing can touch you. But that's not true. Actually, the people who I see are some of the most high vibrational people that you could imagine, but dark forces deems them to be a threat. So your likes of targeted individuals, I see a lot. I work with a lot of targeted individuals. People who experience really intense rounds of spiritual attack, they have so much light and power within, and the dark forces doesn't like it because they deem them to be a threat. So what I found as well is these people who are really connected to, creator of light, really kind of, we'll just say old souls, it's just a term I use, but they have these kind of light codes in their energy field. And these light codes, there's all different kind of light codes. One in particular would be flame codes. Flame codes basically dissolve distortions, right? And they dissolve distortions in the planetary grid lines, and they dissolve distortions in anyone's energy that they come into contact with. So these people can be deemed as a threat. So dark forces will try everything they can to take that person down. So for me, when I was like, I used to be heavily into like new age spirituality, right? For the first 8 years that I was on this journey, I was heavily into new age spirituality. I didn't experience any spiritual attacks then, right? Nothing. I was completely left alone. It wasn't until I pulled away from the more kind of love and light side of things, and you've got to keep your vibrations high 24/7. When I stepped away from that and started doing this kind of work is when I really started to experience a lot of spiritual attacks. Like, I think anybody who does this kind of work that I do, they're definitely, everyone who does this kind of work experiences a lot. Everyone who I've spoke to who does this work, they do experience quite a lot. Or even people that are out there like you, John, as well, that are...
Well, I've had it in the last year. I've never been so attacked before. And actually, my friend Julian Palmer, he does this thing called torping. It's like a sound vibration to clear entities. I can't do it, but it's like, and it clears it. And I could actually feel when he did it straight after, I felt like, feels good. But the problem is, I think because they, like you said, they attach into your deepest wounds, your childhood wounds, or whatever it is, right? And it was like tapping into that. It was like amplifying that. And I just felt for a whole year, I felt completely fucked.
Yeah.
And I was just eaten alive by whatever's going on, all these entities. So, and I think it taps into your deepest heartbreak or wounds or childhood abandonment or whatever,
Absolutely.
and it kind of just turns
Absolutely.
up the volume of it, right? And so
Absolutely.
how do you protect yourself from it then?
Yeah, so there's definitely loads of things that you can do to protect your energy. The issue is if you've already got something in your energy field. So as I said, if you've got one thing going on in your energy field, so for me recently, right, the reason I ended up so bombarded and I did get a lot in my energy field, I was still doing there's not a day goes by where I don't protect my energy, right? But just that one thing in my energy field then created what's called an access point, right, which allowed for more to come through. So see, when I do clearings on people, I'm not just clearing them, I'm going, okay, what's the access point? How is this getting through your energy field, right? And we remove the access point. Sometimes access points can be from past lives as well, which is just crazy. You know, I had a client recently who had a load of black magic in her energy field, and the black magic was from a past life and it followed her through these other lifetimes. So there's, you know, it can be false soul contracts as well. There's loads of access points that can be inner child wounds. For me, one thing that they always go for in me is I've always self-doubt. It's always been my biggest obstacle, right? I still have self-doubt. I do think self-doubt's healthy in the sense that it keeps you always learning and always growing, right? Keeps you humble, right? But they use that against me. So that's a way that they come in and they attack me through that. So I'm always having to kind of work through my self-doubt. Another thing for me is like, I always feel as if I don't fit in anywhere. Like I kind of said that to you before we come on here. I am quite isolated, so I don't feel like I belong in any kind of groups and things like that, right? So they use, again, so they're constantly getting people to exclude me and things like that, and they're coming through using people as vessels to come through me, right?
What, the NPCs, you mean?
Yeah, NPCs, you know, family members, like, yeah, all sorts, smear campaigns, you name it. It's batshit crazy. But I had a group of people doing black magic on me recently, which is a long story. But I had a group of people doing black magic on me, and that, because I had some wounds coming up to the surface, the black magic got in through my energy field. Then because the black magic got in through my energy field, you best believe that everything was hitting me from the one angle, and that's why I had to go and get help from someone as well. So yeah, I got help from a guy called Tony Sayers, by the way. Like, I recommend.
I know Tony. Tony's a mate of mine. Tony's a good mate of mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good mate of mine. Yeah, no, Tony's like, yeah, we met in Mexico when I was living there, and like, we've been good mates since. Yeah, he's done shows with me.
Funny. Has he done shows? You'll need to send me the links. Yeah, so I just wanted to mention him and give him a shout out on here, because he, I don't trust a lot of people to work in my energy field either, but Tony speaks on really similar things to what I speak on as well, and his session was really, really good. So yeah,
I felt better. He actually removed my chakras.
Yeah, he's really good, doesn't he? Yeah, he's really good. He was like, exactly what I needed at that time, and I just felt so much clearer after that as well. And sometimes, you know, I need help too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what do people have to do to protect themselves though? Is there anything they can do on their own?
Yeah, okay, let me just see what will be best for everyone. Okay, so what I recommend doing on a daily basis is, again, I do it's a meditation that I've got. Can I give you some things to just give people? That's probably
that's fine. Yeah. Or we could do like a 5-minute clearing. Like, we can all do it together if you want.
I'm happy to do that.
Shall we? That'd be fun if everyone wants to do it.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that if you want. I like to use, so I think that one of the issues is we're always relying on an external power, right? So I actually don't work with any spirits, and people are always quite shocked to that with the work that I do. I don't, there's nothing wrong with people. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people that do it. It's just not, it's not the work that I do, because I just feel like we're always handing over our power to something external. So I feel it's best to just, it's all about finding the power that lies within, right? And we all have that power within. We all have these abilities within us, right? It's just about learning to tap into them. So I like to use my own power to shield myself as well. So your heart center. So your heart center is where your light, your healing energy lies. So even taking your awareness down to your heart, right? Imagining your heart opening up, light pouring from your heart, that
Mm.
light getting bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter, fuller and fuller, until it expands out through your full aura. And then see, intention is everything, right? So if you ask to connect to your divine intelligence within, right, and simply just take your awareness into your body whilst this shield is around you, start to just inwardly ask yourself questions, you know, like, do I have any entity attachments? Do I have any etheric implants, right? For one, see what kind of answers you get. Then just command everything out your field. Intention is everything. Or imagine reaching into your energy field and just starting pulling things out of your energy field, right? And then you can imagine like a hoover, or set the intention for like a hoover like device next to you that's just pulling everything out your energy field as well. These things are really powerful. It's all about intention is everything. So even just commanding, intending everything to leave your body, these things really, really do work. And it's better that people have the tools to clear themselves of these things as well. Don't get me wrong, there will be situations where people need help, right? And they do need to come to someone like me when things are maybe a bit overwhelming. But honestly, there's loads of things that you can just manage yourself at home where you don't need to go and seek help.
It's that heart energy though, isn't it? Because I could feel it there, you know,
You
dropping
felt
that and
it,
feeling
right?
that. Yeah, because I have something called social heart. I do a heart meditation. I get people to drop down into their heart space. I imagine it like expanding, radiating outwards. It's that whole thing. I can feel it, like heart opening, that feeling, and then that's creating the sphere right
And just
around you. And then you go in, and then you're saying that you're just aware of any things that shouldn't be there.
ask to connect to your divine intelligence within. Just inwardly ask to connect to your divine intelligence within, and then just taking your awareness within. And then just inwardly asking your divine intelligence within to show you if you have any entity attachments or etheric implants in your energy field.
Oh, and etheric implants as well. Okay, yeah.
Can you see any, John?
I did earlier. I was hoovering them. You know, like in
Hoover those feckers out your field immediately.
It was like, have you played Luigi's Mansion? You know, like have you seen the game? It's like the little what do you call it? The backpack. You know?
Oh, brilliant! That's so funny. That is funny.
So would you say though that you can weaken your energetic field by what, like drinking alcohol, smoking, bad thoughts, being around the wrong people, or like how much does that affect it?
The bad thoughts thing, right? Look, we're all human at the end of the day. I don't think you should ignore your negative feelings and things like that, or suppress your emotions, because I think, you know, I am certainly not all sunshine and rainbows 24/7, right? Like, I have my moments. I've got a toddler in the house, and by the way, like, that little girl has been sent here to test my patience, I'll tell you that. But like, I got beat up a few times earlier by her, right? But she's a flame code carrier, so she is, yeah, she's a wrecking ball. But I don't, you know, I think, you know, we all experience things like anger, you know, envy. Like, it's just it's normal. Judgment, right? We all just experience these things.
Is that negative though? I don't know, like, because that's the new age thing, isn't it? To say like, don't judge.
It's
you know,
discernment, isn't it? I think judgment's how you learn discernment. So no, I don't think so. But it's, yeah, I think we're human, aren't we? And we're bound to have some negative emotions sometimes. So not ignoring them and trying to kind of suppress them and things like that. What was it? Sorry, what else were you saying there?
Like what sorts of things can negatively affect your, I don't know what you call it, is it etheric field? Is that accurate? Or energetic field?
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, like, honestly, something that really affecting it right now is the harmful frequencies that's being put out. See, the chemtrails, something that I feel really affected, and I don't want anybody to panic if they're watching this and they had it, but was the COVID vaccines. Like, are you allowed to say that?
Oh yeah, now the video's going to get taken down. just say the C word if you could.
What is that? How bad is that?
I know.
We'll actually get taken down for that. Yeah,
we'll get a strike for that probably. No, we might be all right. They might give us they might let us off one, but yeah, just do that, because then we'll know what it means.
Well, let's see the vaccines then, right? So there's a book called I can't even say it now. Someone called Thomas Mayer. I think it was,
Okay.
this
Yeah.
book, and it's called The C Maximes from a Spiritual Perspective. Right now, I was seeing all sorts in people's energy fields after that, and I was like, things that I had never have seen before, and I'm going, what the heck? And it was all this kind of AI, nano kind of tech stuff in people's energy fields, and I was like, what is this? And then I was led to that book, and that book literally was describing everything that I was seeing in the energy field. So it gave me validation, because I was like, am I just imagining this? Like, am I going crazy? Right. So I that was definitely, of course there was an agenda in the physical with that, but there's been an agenda spiritually with that as well. Look, the good thing is, if you are watching this and you've had something like that, you can clear that energetically from your feet, right? It can be done, so don't worry about it. Medications and things like that can definitely have some effects. Don't get me wrong, I have the likes of, my mum has MS, right? And my mum's on medication that really does make a massive difference in her life. So see, if you've got like a condition like that, then I think the benefits have got to, you know what I mean? The benefits have got to outweigh the risk, kind of thing. And for my mum, that's the best thing for her to be on that. And for some people, it's the best thing for them to be on medication. Things like alcohol, I think, is the worst. Alcohol is the worst, like what that causes in the energy field. Any form of, substances like that as well, like illegal substances and things like that, really harmful to the energy field. Chemtrails and things like that as well. They're definitely.
You can't really avoid that, though. That's the problem, right? I mean, these things are just in the environment.
Oh, but you can clear it from your energy field by setting the intention on a daily basis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by setting the intention. So doing that technique that I showed everyone, literally just setting that intention, using the light from your heart space to blast any EMF harm in your energy field, anything like that out. Again, imagining that Hoover just suctioning everything out.
Okay, so you can actually imagine the Hoover sucking out all the chemicals and stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, can I share something? Right. So back in my mid-20s, okay, I used to do sort of party drugs and stuff, right?
Okay.
I'm going to say it now. I've ruined any employment opportunities, whatever. Like, I don't care. Now, there was this drug that came out called MCAT, right? And we did it for the first time. And I remember, like, it was me and my friend, and brought a couple of girls back to mine, and we'd been doing it all evening. And then we started to smoke a spliff, right? And I just remember this feeling as though I feel like something was about to come into my body. Like, I couldn't explain it. I just felt really like, gee, like I was about to go into the pits of hell, that feeling, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm fighting something off, right? I can't, because I didn't know about all this before, but it was just like, felt as I'm about to be, my soul to be like taken out.
Yeah.
Then suddenly I hear this screaming, and this girl has just, her eyes are going back at it, and she's scraping at the floor, like high pitched. And I know that she was going through what I was just about to go through. And she was just like, almost like Exorcist style, like screaming, scratching at the floor. And I could feel like I was just about to go into it as well. And I was just really fighting it with much energy that I had to kind of stop it. And I had to call 999 and like, I know it was really bad. But now I think what's happening was I opened up my energetic field.
Energy fields. These things open portals. I used to smoke that as well, by the way. I used to be fond of a spliff or two before I was on this path as well. But it opens up portals. Even psychedelics. There's people are really big on psychedelics and stuff, but those open portals as well. So definitely something to be mindful of. Even if you are, I understand as well, people enjoy doing these things and don't want to give up what they enjoy, and I understand that. You need to make life as enjoyable as possible, right? And it's impossible to avoid everything, literally. So if you want to have a drink, or you want to smoke a spliff or whatever, just protect your energy, like
protect your energy. Okay.
Protect your energy. The sun, Susan's saying, Susan, I totally agree with you. I just seen her comment about the sun. She's talking about the sun. She stopped sun gazing ages ago because it's
started doing it.
No, she's saying she stopped doing it because the sun doesn't feel anymore. There's something over the sun, right? I think that's what Susan's trying to say. There's definitely.
Oh, I see. So actually, is it not the case that, does everyone remember the sun being yellow when they were a kid?
Yes. And now it's white.
Now it's white. I don't know if you've noticed it.
It's not the sun, right?
Have you remote viewed that? Like, what's going on there?
I did briefly. Oh gosh, that was a while ago. I did remote view. I seen that there was technology that it was similar to technology I'd seen in Atlantis times as well. That they're placing like a shield in front of it, and instead of, you know, the true sun's meant to like give you light codes, it's like this. The best way that I can describe it is it's like this is more siphoning energy.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely something going on with the sun for sure. I'll need to remote view it again though. That was a while ago, but that was
someone that I did a show with. They're saying that what happens is the sun goes through cycles of going yellow to white to blue, and it kind of cycles around like that.
cycles round. Yeah, I'm
Something
not
like
sure.
that, but
It
I don't know.
doesn't
But they're definitely. I don't feel as though I'm when I'm in the sun these days. I don't feel like I'm getting the proper photon nourishing energy. I feel a little bit like I'm a dog sat in a car and I'm getting through the window. I'm getting burnt, but I'm not actually feeling that life giving energy. Do you know what I mean?
Analogies are honestly brilliant. That's so funny.
No, but do you know what I mean? Though, do you remember like when you were a kid and you were in the sun, you could almost feel like kind of real nurturing energy. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. You could tangibly feel that nurturing, like, it's like now I'm in the sun, it's just burning me, but I'm not actually feeling like I'm getting any real benefits from it.
The heat feels different from it.
Yeah.
It does for sure. I've not got my glasses on, so cats. I'm just going to say cats because I'm like trying to say the name there, so apologies. But sex creates cords. Yes, that's true. So the thing is like energy transfers, right? Basic rules of energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only be stored or transferred. So energy transfers. So when you are, you know, having sex with someone, if that person is carrying a lot of trauma, or if they have negative entity attachments as well, if they have negative entity attachments, then they can jump onto that person too, because entities can jump from one person to another. So you can transfer all sorts of energy. So be mindful with who you're sharing.
Oh my God, I had that. I was going out with a girl in Hungary, and after we had sex, like I felt this real impending doom and despair and hopelessness, and I didn't understand it. And I later found out. She told me. She goes, "Oh yeah, I'm a psychopath."
Oh,
I basically took on a few demons on that one.
Oh, you took on a fefew. You've definitely taken a few. There became that food source.
Yeah, brilliant. It was worth it.
Brilliant. I know. It's like honestly, it's mind blowing what we can get from what we can pick up, and it does form cords. And even like all their traumas can pass through into you as well. So quite a lot when I'm doing energy clearing on people, I'll see like mass amounts of trauma that doesn't belong to them stored in their energy field, and that's came through the cords from sexual partners. So
do those cords stay with you after then? They stay with you from all your old everyone that you've had sex with. There's a cord. Yeah.
Until you cut them. Very easy to cut cords, so anybody can do. Someone's asking how you cut them. So what you would do, the best way, again, intention, right? So if you're not able to visualize, it doesn't matter. Even just setting the intention, imagining yourself standing opposite like all of your previous partners. Some people might not know who all their previous partners is, and that's okay. So you would just set the intention for all of the people that you've ever been with, right, to be in front of you. If you don't see them, doesn't matter, intention. Then just imagine that you're holding a golden sword, right? And then just cutting the cords. But what you really need to do is you really need to just imagine or set the intention to reach into your energy field and pull out all of the remainders of the cord. The reason you need to do that is if you don't, then that cord is just going to form again, right? You have to catch all of the remainders out there. So just pull, and then do the same from the people that you've pulled them off. Just set the intention, pull all the remainders out of them as well. Then there's no chance of the cords forming.
Oh, you do it. You imagine doing it on them as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what would you do with all the? You throw it in the bin. Like what'd you do with it?
Hoover it up. That Hoover.
Hoover it. Okay. All right. And then leave it in the Hoover, or are we emptying the Hoover?
You can leave it in the Hoover. That Hoover never shows.
All right, good. It's a bit like Ghostbusters when they suck it, and then they empty it. It's like this, like one big party.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. Oh, someone said here. Yeah, this is it. The sun is changing color because of Sirius, the dog star. It's the distance that we are away from Sirius, if I remember that interview right. And the closer we get, I think it creates there's more tension on the planet, and I think that's when you get like the great floods and all that kind of stuff. Or maybe I've got it the other way around. But
Yeah, but
depending on how far or how close, it's either you enter a golden age or you enter like a real, like what we're going through, depending on the proximity of Sirius. Maybe someone can explain it better because I can't really remember. But
so maybe what they're trying to do with the sun is, it could, again, could just be another element of trying to stop what's coming. So I definitely, the future is, the future is always changing as well. So anyone who says they can tell you the future, there's many timelines out there and they're always changing. But when I look into the timelines that are very consistent for the future, there's always been these two timelines that I see. One timeline is, I call it the false ascension matrix, right? That's what I call it. And the other one's like a true ascension timeline. So the false ascension timeline, it looks very kind of like wrapped in light, but it's all with use of technology and things like that. So that leads then towards transhumanism on that. So for me, that's always what I've seen being the kind of end goal with things is transhumanism. Then when I look into the organic timeline, that is, people finding the power that lies within them, stopping to seeking out external power, a world that's just kind of, it's a gradual thing though. Nothing happens overnight from what I've seen either. Like it's very much a gradual thing towards this kind of creating this better world essentially. So, that kind of could fit in with that, I guess, as well.
So would you say the NPCs are going to be pushing the transhumanist agenda because they've got no soul? Yeah, okay. So it's the minority 20%, whatever. There's the soul selves that are more moving it to more of an organic timeline.
Well, you also have the elites as well, the 13 bloodlines and things like that who have, some of them actually are, they have Nephilim within them as well, or Anunnaki. Their soul origins go. I remember looking into Elon Musk, and Elon Musk saying that his soul origin linked back to one of the original fallen angelics as well. So you have quite a lot of these people that are in power that their soul origins link back to fallen angelics and everything like that as well. So they're all very much pushing these things too. I mean, Elon Musk he's the one that's out there that's heavily pushing everything, isn't he?
Well, I spoke to Rebecca. She does remote viewing, and she said that he's like a human, but he's just injected himself with AI. And I don't know what you think about that. But he's like...
So the last time I seen that he had soul origins that linked back to the fallen angelics, but there could still be elements of what she's saying in that as well, right? Like it can be kind of multi-layered essentially. So I've seen a different layer from what she's seeing as well. So with him as well, what he is very, very hard to read as well. Like it took me a while to read him, and there is many layers to him as well. So what it's probably been is we're maybe seeing different layers, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, multi-dimensional. Yeah, it's not just one thing. It's like layers of many different things. Yeah.
Layers of many different things, and he was someone that was multi-layered as well.
And do you think? Well. I think they've got. So, do you think he's got like attachments though, like many attachments, like entity attachments?
Yeah, like absolutely, all sorts. Definitely, there's definitely AI interference going on in his energy field. Like that, 1,000,000% agree with that. Like, there's definitely AI interference in his field. He's got a black magic shield around his aura. This is why some people love him as well. See if you find people can be confused with someone. Like 1 minute they might think, oh, maybe they're all right, and then maybe not. That's like a high indicator they've got a black magic shield. So a black magic shield around the aura it can be used for many purposes, but for the likes of him and kind of other elites, it stops people from being able to get an accurate read of their energy as well, because they know there's a lot of readers out there, right? So it can project out an image to someone, for example, that they're let's just say like a star soul or a light worker or something like that, right? It can project out that image. So then people who are reading them think, oh my goodness, they're here to save humanity and all these things, right? When actually multi-layered, if you really go in there, you'll see that there's the levels of the AI interference for sure. And just a kind of a pretty dark history soul-wise.
Yeah. like probably most of them. Well, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. You don't rise to power unless you're riddled with something, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Dom, does Ash believe that the Earth
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever we are in is run by a non-human intelligence? Yes, I do believe that. So I believe the Earth is run by satanic forces and negative ET races for sure, and that all, you know, there's not just one matrix. I see there being so many matrices as well, and that this whole world is designed to plug us into these different, they don't care what ones we plug into as long as we're
Oh,
plugged
right.
into.
Oh, so
It's,
what you're saying? It's a little bit like a matrix within a matrix, is it? Like Russian dolls, a little bit like Inception, the movie. Like, are you saying then there's like?
I've never seen Inception
Oh,
actually.
okay. Well, it's the idea that I don't even know the film that well,
Yeah,
but
Russian Dolls is a good way to put it.
there's a reality within a reality within there's a matrix and a matrix and a matrix,
Yeah,
right? Is
yeah,
that kind of what it looks like?
yeah. I was,
Oh,
if anyone knows who Max Spears is, Max
yes.
Spears really, the way that he puts it as well, I totally resonate with when he described it as like they use our belief systems against us. So matrices are essentially like belief systems, and what you believe can tie you into that different matrix. So for example, like religion would be a matrix, even spirituality is a matrix in itself, and that's why there's so many levels of infiltration in there. You know, politics, another one, right? And they don't care which one you are plugged into, because as long as you are plugged into one of them, then you're continuing to fuel the whole matrix system together. So this is why I always say I walk a middle path. I don't, you know, I don't subscribe to like group beliefs and things like that. I
Right.
don't.
That's egregores. I think that's also known as egregores, right? Because it's like it's like politics has its own unique energetic signature.
Yep.
And when you really like you really engage with politics, you're basically taking on that energetic signature fractally yourself. You're almost taking it on, right? Or football, you get angry over football, you're taking on the collective energetic signature of your football team, whatever, that hate the other ones. Yeah, that's what you're saying. But you're still living in the same matrix though as all the other.
No, there's still multiple matrices as well. Like there's matrices within matrices. Yeah, definitely. There's matrices within matrices as well. And it's, yeah, these things keep you plugged into, I'm not saying like politics is a separate matrix from like religion kind of thing, but there's matrices within matrices, and depending on what you believe can plug you into different matrices. So like,
are we still like, let's say my friend is in a politics matrix and I'm in a football matrix, right? But are we still saying that we're in the same reality, or are you saying we're in different realities?
That's not really an easy, it depends really. There's not really a yes or no answer for that. Like,
that is interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say there's a yes or no answer for that. You could be or you could not be, would be the answer for that. I know.
So now we're talking. Now we're almost talking. What you tune into, what you believe, what your intention is. It's like you create your reality that you almost like you can timeline jump then.
You can timeline. There's so many different timelines. Yeah.
You can matrix jump. It's basically what we're saying. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. By the way, that's an hour. Well done.
Can
everyone give some love to Ash in the chat? Can you just
I've never seen holograms. Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah. Holograms. Max Spears was amazing. I think he deserves, there's a lot of talk out there from people saying they think he's controlled opposition and things like that. I did do a reading on Max, and I think he deserves a lot of respect for everything.
I like him. I can tell he's genuine when I watch Max.
He's brilliant. Yeah, so I rate him massively. Merida, change your fate. I love that, Aurora. That's amazing. Well, it was really nice to come on and chat. That again,
you always leave us wanting more, Ash. You always leave us. That's the perfect show, isn't it? When you want more. Everyone's saying thank you. Yeah. Do you want to are you available for sessions if you want to, or what do you want to plug here? Like, how can people find you?
Probably just find me on TikTok. That's really my only social media platform that I have, because kind of don't really like social media. TikTok is Ash Supernatural Sagas, and there's about 1 million accounts in my name, but it's the one that it's the one that will have the most followers.
So, okay, are you saying if there's no backup accounts, right? There's no backup
There's
accounts.
one backup account. I know that's confusing. I had to have a backup account because of the things I talk about, right? And I'm always getting strikes on TikTok. Me and John were talking about that. Like, I don't make any money off TikTok, right? Because it's just like it's constant strikes and violations and things like that. And yeah, so I've got a backup account just in case, but my main one is Ash Supernatural Sagas. That's where you can find me. I'm over on Patreon, Ash Tyler as well. I post stuff to Patreon as well. Yeah, there's some meditations on my Patreon and stuff, which is free as well. There's some free stuff.
Oh, what was the PDF you wanted me to share?
Will I just send you it? Like, what's best for me to do?
Oh, okay, send it to me. I'll put it in the comment, like the description of this video for people.
Yeah, do that. Do that. And then, but yeah, that's where to find me. All right.
Brilliant. Wow, love it. Right. We've got to do this more often.
We need to, right? John's is the only one that I go on. I was saying that no one invites me on their shows because I think they think because I talk about the dark stuff and talk about
I love it.
The truth,
that dark stuff. That's fantastic. All right, everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. That was a good stream. We got about 50 people on all at one time there. So thank you everyone. And yeah, we've got to have Ash back and we'll go into more dark matters and yeah, good stuff. Thanks, Ash.
I also just want to say, like, find your own truth on your path as well. Like, take what resonates from watching people like me. You know, always seek your own truth out there as well. All right.
Perfect. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.